Why do some older women smell like urine, even when they're perfectly clean? It's an uncomfortable question, but one that many seniors wonder silently. If you've noticed this issue in yourself or someone you care about, you're not alone. The truth is, that odor isn't always a matter of hygiene. In many cases, it's caused by a few common mistakes that are easy to miss, but easy to fix once you know what to look for. And today we're going to gently shine a light on those hidden causes without judgment or shame. This video is for you if you felt embarrassed by your scent or worried others might notice something you didn't mean to share. Maybe you've done everything right. Showered, changed clothes, stayed clean, but still sensed something wasn't quite fresh. That persistent sour smell isn't just part of aging. In fact, it may be the result of habits that are working against your body's natural balance. We're going to walk through 6 key mistakes that can keep older women smelling like urine. These aren't about personal failure. They're about small patterns that add up over time. Choices around clothing, hydration, hygiene, and even health issues that go unnoticed. And the final mistake we'll cover is one most people never think of. Yet it can affect even the cleanest person without warning. Stay until the end because the last mistake might surprise you. Now let's get started. 1. Wearing incontinence pads for too long. One of the most common mistakes that leads to a lingering urine smell is wearing incontinence pads or liners for too long. These products are incredibly useful and necessary for many older women. They offer protection, confidence, and the ability to leave the house without worry. But when left on for extended periods, especially after even a small leak, they can become a source of odor that's difficult to ignore and even harder to mask. Here's why. When urine sits against the body in a warm, enclosed environment, bacteria begin to break it down almost immediately. That process releases ammonia-like compounds, which produce the sharp, sour scent most people associate with urine. And even if the pad absorbs most of the moisture, it doesn't stop the smell. In fact, once a pad becomes saturated, it can actually trap odor against the skin and clothing, making the smell more noticeable to others, even if the wearer doesn't realize it. Many women keep their pads on longer than recommended, either because they don't want to waste a clean one after a small leak or because they simply forget. But even a minor accident can leave behind enough residue to cause a problem. The longer the pad stays on, the more chance the odor has to build up and settle into clothing fibers, skin folds, and even upholstered furniture. There's also the issue of skin irritation. When pads aren't changed regularly, they can cause redness, rashes, or even sores, and those irritated areas can become more prone to bacterial growth, making the smell worse and harder to control. It's not just a matter of freshness. It's a matter of comfort, dignity, and health. I once met a woman named Linda, age 72, who was very clean and well-groomed but felt embarrassed at social events. Her daughter noticed the smell before she did. After gently talking it through, they realized she was wearing the same pad from breakfast to dinner. Once she started changing them every 3 to 4 hours, and immediately after any leak, the odor disappeared almost entirely. She told me it was like getting my life back. I didn't realize how much I had adjusted my behavior around something I could actually fix. If you rely on liners or pads, don't stop using them, but treat them like you would a wet piece of clothing. The fresher they are, the fresher you'll feel. Your comfort and confidence are worth the extra change. And your loved ones will notice. Not just the difference in scent, but in how freely and comfortably you move through the day. 2. Hidden bladder or urinary tract infections. Sometimes, no matter how clean you are, how carefully you dress, or how well you hydrate, that persistent urine odor just won't go away. When that's the case, the real cause may not be on the surface. It may be something deeper going on inside your body. One of the most overlooked reasons older women carry a strong urine smell is due to a hidden bladder infection or urinary tract infection, UTI, that hasn't been diagnosed. These infections are far more common than most people think, especially in women over 60. As the body ages, the urinary tract becomes more sensitive, and the immune system may not respond as clearly as it once did. That means the usual warning signs like burning during urination, urgency, or abdominal pain might not show up. Instead, what you're left with is one of the few signs that something's wrong: a strong, sour, or ammonia-like smell in your urine. This odor tends to linger even after showering or changing clothes. It can cling to undergarments, sheets, or even just the air around you. And because it happens gradually, many women don't realize it's connected to an infection. They assume it's just part of aging or something they've done wrong. But in reality, their body is trying to signal that it needs help. There was a woman named Marlene, 76, who shared with me that she had tried everything to fix the way she smelled. She changed her pads often, drank more water, cleaned carefully, but nothing worked. Eventually, during a routine checkup, her doctor ran a simple urine test and found a low-level UTI. She hadn't felt sick or noticed any discomfort. But after just a short course of antibiotics, the smell was gone completely. She said, "I didn't even know I had an infection. I thought it was just me." Bladder infections can also become more frequent in women who use certain medications, live with diabetes, or have mobility issues that make it harder to fully empty the bladder. All of these factors allow bacteria to grow more easily, leading to stronger smells that seem impossible to get rid of with surface-level changes. That's why, if you've tried everything else, better hygiene, breathable clothes, hydration, fresh underwear, and still struggle with odor, it's worth talking to your doctor. A simple test could reveal an answer you never expected. Getting treatment doesn't just clear the smell. It helps you feel stronger, more in control, and more like yourself again. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. 3. Skipping hydration to prevent accidents. One of the most counterproductive habits some older women fall into is deliberately avoiding water throughout the day. It makes sense at first glance. Less water means fewer bathroom trips, and fewer trips mean fewer chances for an accident. But what many don't realize is that holding back on hydration actually makes urine smell much worse, even in the smallest amounts. When you're dehydrated, your body still produces urine, but it's more concentrated. That means it contains less water to dilute the waste, so it becomes thicker, darker, and significantly stronger smelling. This is especially noticeable in the morning or after long periods without drinking. Even a small leak from this kind of urine can create a sharp, sour scent that lingers on clothing, furniture, and skin. What's more, concentrated urine doesn't just smell stronger. It also irritates the skin more. When the delicate skin around the pelvic area is exposed to this harsher urine, it can become red, dry, or even cracked. That makes it harder to clean thoroughly and creates a cycle where odor and discomfort keep getting worse, no matter how much you wash. Another common issue is that many older women sip just enough to stay not thirsty without realizing their body needs more than that. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes less reliable. You might not feel thirsty, but your body may already be dehydrated. And that lack of moisture doesn't just affect your urine. It affects your skin, digestion, energy, and how your body flushes out toxins. One woman I met named Betty, 78, used to avoid drinking water on purpose because she feared not making it to the bathroom. She thought she was being cautious. But when her nurse encouraged her to start sipping water regularly throughout the day, especially a glass right when she woke up, things began to change. Her urine became lighter, the odor faded, and even her skin looked healthier. She said, "I was scared of water for so long, but I didn't realize avoiding it was making everything worse." You don't need to gulp down gallons. Just start with small, steady sips. Keep water nearby. And remember, your body functions best when it's properly hydrated, including your ability to stay fresh and feel confident. More water doesn't mean more accidents. It means better health and less odor from the inside out. 4. Poor ventilation and clothing choice. What you wear each day does more than reflect your personal style. It plays a major role in how your body breathes and ultimately how you smell. For older women, one common mistake that leads to urine odor lingering longer than it should is wearing clothes that don't allow proper airflow. Tight, non-breathable fabrics around the pelvic area trap heat, moisture, and odor, creating the perfect conditions for bacteria to grow and for smells to stick around. Many women choose snug undergarments or pants for the sake of appearance or support. But these tighter fits often use synthetic fabrics like nylon, polyester, or spandex. Unlike cotton or bamboo, these materials don't allow moisture to evaporate. So if you experience even a tiny leak or if your skin is just naturally warm throughout the day, that trapped humidity has nowhere to go. Over time, it creates an environment where odor-causing bacteria thrive. And it's not just underwear. Pants, leggings, or shapewear that cling tightly to the body can hold that odor in. Even if everything looks clean from the outside. The result? A stale or sour smell that becomes more noticeable in the afternoon. Especially after sitting for long periods or doing everyday tasks like gardening, walking, or shopping. There's also the matter of laundry. Clothes made from synthetic blends are harder to wash completely clean. They tend to absorb body oils and smells deep into the fabric, making them harder to refresh with regular detergent. Even after washing, they might still carry traces of odor that reactivate once warmed by body heat. I remember Diane, a 70-year-old woman, who was frustrated that no amount of washing seemed to keep her fresh. After talking it through, she realized she wore tight leggings made of stretchy fabric every single day. Once she switched to looser pants made from cotton and began alternating her undergarments with breathable materials, the difference was dramatic. She said, "It was like a fog lifting. I hadn't realized how much my clothes were holding everything in." So, if you've been doing everything else right and still feel like something's off, take a look at your closet. Soft, breathable, looser-fitting garments made from natural fibers can make a huge difference. Letting your body breathe isn't just comfortable. It's a powerful way to stay fresh, confident, and in control of how you carry yourself every day. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. 5. Neglecting proper intimate hygiene. Even the cleanest women can sometimes overlook the specific care that the intimate area needs, especially as the body changes with age. Many older women believe that a daily shower or quick rinse is enough. But when it comes to preventing urine odor, general washing may not be addressing the source. Neglecting gentle, targeted hygiene in the right way can allow smells to linger no matter how often you bathe or change clothes. The issue isn't always that someone is unclean. It's that they may be using the wrong products, avoiding the area entirely, or simply not realizing how much residue can build up throughout the day. The folds and delicate skin in the pelvic area need special attention. Harsh soaps or overly fragrant cleansers can dry out the skin and throw off the natural balance, making irritation more likely and smells more pronounced. On the other hand, not washing at all out of fear of discomfort or embarrassment can lead to a buildup of bacteria and urine residue that clings even after wiping. Warm water and a soft cloth, nothing more, is often the best starting point. No need for scrubbing or medicated washes. Just gentle care done consistently. For women who wear incontinence pads or experience occasional leaks, a quick rinse or wipe with a mild unscented cleansing cloth during the day can make a big difference. And after any noticeable accident, Changing clothes and freshening up, even just a few swipes with a warm cloth, can stop odor before it sets in. I remember June, an 82-year-old woman who was struggling with odor despite bathing daily. She used perfume soap and tried to mask the scent with powder. But the smell persisted. When she switched to simply rinsing with warm water and drying thoroughly twice a day, once in the morning and again in the evening, things began to change. She was shocked at how much better she felt. "I thought I needed to scrub harder," she said. "Turns out I just needed to be gentler and more consistent." It's also important to dry the area well after cleaning. Dampness left behind from a bath or shower can trap odor, just like tight clothes can. A soft towel and a few extra seconds of attention can go a long way toward staying fresh. Taking proper care of yourself in this way isn't just about hygiene. It's about dignity, comfort, and feeling confident in your own skin. And the beautiful thing is, it doesn't take fancy products or hours of effort. Just a little awareness and kindness toward your body. 6. Not changing underwear daily or after leaks. It may sound surprising, but one of the biggest contributors to persistent urine odor in older women is not changing underwear frequently enough. Especially after a leak. As we age, routines can become more relaxed, and many women begin to prioritize comfort or convenience over old habits. But when it comes to maintaining a clean, fresh scent, underwear plays a much bigger role than people realize. Even if a leak is small and doesn't soak through entirely, moisture and odor can remain in the fabric. When that dampness sits close to the skin for hours, it creates a perfect environment for bacteria to grow. And the smell that follows isn't always strong at first, but it can build over time, becoming more noticeable by mid-morning or afternoon. What's more, that scent can cling to pants, skirts, or even a chair cushion, leaving behind a trail even when everything seems dry to the touch. Another factor is that some older women reuse the same underwear for multiple days. Not because they're dirty, but because they don't see anything wrong with it. And while it might feel fine at first, urine residue, even microscopic amounts, accumulates. That residue, combined with body heat and friction, causes fabric to trap and release odor with every movement. There's also the issue of laundry habits. Using too little detergent, skipping proper rinsing, or not drying underwear thoroughly can leave behind a stale, sour scent that gets worse over time. Some women even store clean underwear near used pads or damp towels without realizing that odors can transfer in enclosed spaces. I remember speaking with a woman named Darlene, 75, who took pride in her appearance, but was struggling with unwanted odors. She bathed daily and kept her clothes neat, but still felt self-conscious. After discussing her routine, she admitted that she only changed her underwear at night, right before bed. Once she began switching to a fresh pair in the morning, and again if she had a leak, she noticed an immediate improvement. "I didn't think it mattered," she said, "but I finally felt truly clean again." No one likes doing extra laundry or making more trips to the drawer. But your freshness and confidence are worth it. Changing into clean underwear at least once a day, or more if needed, isn't just about hygiene. It's about how you feel in your skin, how you walk through the world, and how you carry yourself with pride. No matter your age, if you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Final thoughts. Now that we've walked through these 6 common mistakes, I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, did any of them sound familiar? Maybe you recognize something in your own routine, or maybe you thought of a friend or loved one who's been struggling silently. Whatever the case, the important thing to remember is this: none of this is about blame or embarrassment. It's about awareness, and awareness is what gives you the power to make a change. Smelling like urine isn't a natural or inevitable part of getting older. It's a sign that something in your habits, environment, or health might need attention. Whether it's changing a pad more often, drinking more water, or finally getting that low-grade UTI checked. Each small step matters, and the beauty is, you don't need to do it all at once. Start with one change, make it part of your routine. I've seen firsthand how even the simplest adjustment, like switching to cotton underwear, or standing in the morning sun with a glass of water, can restore not just freshness, but dignity and confidence. You deserve to walk into a room without worry, to sit beside someone without fear, to feel comfortable in your own skin again. There's no shame in this topic, only solutions, and it takes strength to talk about the things most people avoid. But in doing so, you not only help yourself, you help others who feel just as confused or discouraged. That's the kind of quiet courage that makes aging something to be proud of, not afraid of. So I'd love to know what tip resonated most with you today. Was it something simple you hadn't considered? Or a reminder of something you've been meaning to do but put off? Whatever it is, hold on to it. That one insight could be the beginning of a powerful shift in how you feel each day. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.